That looks absolutely horrible. Do you go there? A little bit. Just a little bit. Hi and welcome to a new book video of mine. It's been a while, I think, and I also did not do wrap up for July. So here we have a double wrap up of July and August. And I have my laptop here because I am really forgetful about what books I've read in what exact month. But I can already tell you I had a book reading goal on Goodreads for 23 books because it's 2023 and I wanted to go back into reading a little bit more, so it was not that high of a goal, but I already exceeded it. I'm already on like 25 books and we still have more than 2-3 months to go of the year, so we see how many books I can read in this year. But for now I'm going to talk to you about the books that I read in July and August. So I actually started the month of July with a book challenge. My boyfriend picked books out for me to read, and the first one was The Summer of Broken World, which I absolutely adored. I think I gave it 4.5 stars. It's just a YA romance and it is basically about a girl that goes back to like their family. It's kind of like a family island where they annually meet with all other family members, and they always play a game that's called like basically Assassin, but with water guns. And this year someone is getting married, and they are also bringing other people along with them. And there's also a boy, and she just lost her sister, and then she gets to know like the boy. They talk about it's also about how she deals with the loss of her sister and how this place that she only knew with her sister is making her feel, and how she then gets over, or yeah, it just deals with the grief. But also we have the love story between like the guy of, I think, of the bride, no, of the groom's side and her. So it was just a really cute read. So moving on, the next book was Fourth Wing that I started, and I also read it within the challenge. I liked the book. I did not know that I liked dragons. I knew that I like dinosaurs but not dragons, but I absolutely adore them. I cannot wait until the next, like the sequel comes out. I think it comes out in November this year if I'm correctly informed. What I did not like about this book, so if you're really into closed door romance type of books, then this is not for you. I mean, everybody can read whatever they like. It's not for me, so this is why I only gave the book 3.5 rating, because this was way too much for me. I do not like this kind of part, but the rest of it was really good, really well written, that I would have, if we just exclude those scenes, I would have given the book a 4-star rating, I think, because it's not like the best fantasy book I've ever read, for example, right? It would be like 4-star rating, and I want really because I'm like, I love close door romance, so I have to deduce, so I have to deduce 0.5 stars for the moments that I would have liked to close the door. You can also watch the vlog here and see me read those exact scenes and my facial expressions. So moving on to the next book, it was If You Had Been With Me, and I wanted to read that book for a while actually, but I wanted to be well prepared because a lot of people told me that they actually like broke their heart, even though they kind of knew what was going on, because like the first scene that we read of the book is like a foreshadowing of a scene with an ambulance, and I think it's also being talked about a car crash. And the book is basically about like childhood best friends that somehow grew apart and then realized that they do like each other more than just like friends, that they both were too shy to say anything really, and then they pick up the relationship kind of, not really where they left off, but they work around all the time that they were not together as friends or even talk to each other regularly. So it was really interesting. It was really well written, I think. But the ending, I was kind of heartbroken, not that heartbroken. I'm not going to spoil it, but I will say that there was a trope in there that I absolutely despise, and it made the ending less heartbreaking in my opinion. So I rated this book 4 stars, and yeah, that's why I deduced to 1 star, because it was really written, because the writing was really good, the story was really good, but just like having the trope in it made it not wanting me to give like more than 4 stars for the book. So then we're moving on to August, and the first book that I read in August was the Crewprints, because I always wanted to read this series, but I never started it because I love the modern instruments. As you may know, and Christina Claire is really good friends with Holly Black, and I think they also have another series together that they wrote about magic and magicians like that. So I wanted to give it a try to read the Crewprints, and well, now I can say I read it, but I gave it 3 stars. It was, for me, it was kind of mediocre. I mean, the writing style was not bad, the story was okay. I think there's nothing more to say. If you really like things with like the fairy and the fairy world and have a little bit of romance, because I've been told that it is basically like a fairy, a romance story, and I was patiently waiting for the romance to happen, and it took a while. It really did took a while, and I do not like that in fantasy books. If they have romance, if it then just like this subtle romance, I really do like them having a combination of both of them. That's why I gave 3 stars. I then also continued reading the series, and I read The Wicked Prince. I also gave 3 stars, and I'm currently, actually, because I really do want to finish the series, because I mean, I have read the first 2 books and they're not too long. If you're looking for a short, fairy, fantasy, a little bit of romance type of series that you can just binge, then this could be it, because it doesn't have that many pages. I think all the 3 books are under 400 pages. So I also read the 3rd book. I'm currently reading it. I'm missing like 30-ish pages, but I will definitely finishing it before August ends. And I would give the last book actually so far a 3.5, because I kind of enjoyed the writing style more and the way that the story is told more than in the previous books of it, but that's about it. And the only book that I have a physical copy of here, I mean, I do have a physical copy of Fourth Wing, but I lent it to a friend. So the only physical copy that I have here of a book that I actually read in August as well is Beach Read. And I gave Beach Read a 4.5 because somehow something I cannot quite like grasp about it. It's not a 5-star read, but I absolutely enjoyed it. And I think there is also like a quote of Emily Henry when she says, like, there is a little interview in this book as a bonus, and there she also says, depends on who's asking her about what the book is. If like an author friend is asking her about what the book essentially is, then she says, well, it's about 2 writers that meet and they both try to then get over their writing block. And then if like other people ask you what the book is about, it's basically a romance. We have 2 writers, they swap the genre, and well, they get to know each other more and more and eventually fall in love. So I really liked the book. I like the premise, I like the romance part, even though it was not as close door as I would, but that's something else, it's just preference. So maybe that is like my 0.5 that I've deduced, I don't know, subconsciously maybe. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for like your last summer read of this year, this could definitely be it if you have not read it yet. So moving on and talking about the books that I also have started, because before I went on and started The Queen of Nothing, which is the last book in the series of Holly Black. I actually started The American Roommate Experiment, but then I also googled something else also related to the book, how many pages it has, I think, because my ebook is telling me it has 800 pages when in reality it has 400 or something like it. I also went down and then you can click on like the little boxes that also have like related questions, and somebody asked if it is spicy, and it apparently is, so I then laid it to decide, and well, started to read Queen of Nothing because I know that I would get through this book way faster than through a book that has some spice scenes. But yeah, I started that one. So far it was really nice. There was no spice so far. And for September I have no idea what kind of books I want to read. I will probably just mood read, maybe take you with me with a reading vlog or two. We will see. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I could give you some recommendations or some non-recommendations for some books that you would like to read in September, October of this year eventually, and I hope you have a great time. Bye!